6 years ago, my father suffered a stroke in China, and after the acute phase, he was sent home and stayed home. And from that point on, he was not knowing what to do, and he basically stayed home and stay in bed. Until fortunately, one of my friends is a neurologist and came to him and told him how to exercise and move. And fortunately, he got recovered after a few months, and now he was very healthy in the late 80s. So that prompts me to think about 5 years ago, we should have a technology to deliver care to patients, post-acute and rehabilitation, and guide patients to rehab at home. So that's what we built. So basically, the company is building a digital platform to put physical therapists and physicians and nurses, everybody together to care for the patients at home. How do we do that? We build this technology called Blue Jay Engage for patient engagement. It is a digital rehabilitation technology that combines telehealth and patient engagement and AI. So it has 5 different modules. It's a quite comprehensive technology. Right now, it's being used by more than 100 rehab clinics and over 30,000 patients, registered patients. So it is online. It is in the market. We launched this last year. So the first module is telehealth. By telehealth, we all understand it's like a video call, and the patients and doctors, they talk on the video. And we think that's not enough for rehab. For rehab, you have to assess patients' movement, and probably you have to guide patients how to do exercise on the call. So we developed a technology, AI technology, that the therapists or doctors can actually assess patients' movements or range of motions during the video call. So there's no sensor attached. Just during the call, our AI can track patients' joints and facial structures and so on. So when they actually move, we can calculate and assess the progress of the patient. And of course, the telehealth tool can also do teleconference around the globe. We tested callers from India, from China, and the US. We can do a group session altogether, and also can do secured messaging. And patients and the providers can exchange secured messages, videos, voices, and so on. So it's an AI-assisted telehealth tool. And not only that, the doctors and therapists can also, during the video call, they can also take soap notes. They can send a video clip to patients and guide them to move. And eventually, they can prescribe a home exercise video prescription. So basically, they group a group of videos and send to patient's cell phone, so the patients can later on follow the instruction and do exercises. So everything from a video call and to assessment to intervention to prescribing movements, exercises, all in the same process of telehealth call. So that's our first module. And we also built a database for clinical decision mapping. So we collected 100,000 cases from our collaborator in Denver, and we can recommend the optimal rehab combinations of different therapies: physical therapy, occupational therapy, acupuncture, soft tissue massage, and so on. 1 minute. So we can recommend the best path, and we track patients' compliance and outcomes. And also we do care team formation. It's like LinkedIn. Doctors can link together and care for the same patients. And lastly, we filmed 4,000 of rehab videos. So the therapists can really group them and prescribe to patients, of stroke patients, of post-surgery patients, and so on. So we are developing a TV box to be the tool to interact with the patients. And we see a great improvement of outcomes of our technology. So that's pretty much I want to talk about. And for those of you who are interested, I'm staying here. For investors, I'd be happy to talk to you too. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, good question. We are not replacing any EMRs.
Repeat the question.
The question is, a lot of EMRs, they already have their own sort of telehealth tools. Are we going to replace them? The answer is not. We actually are integrating with EMRs like Epic and Cerner and a couple of rehab-specific EMRs. The tools we provide empower such system with contents. We have 4,000 videos. With video prescription technology, we can send videos to patients. With AI, we can measure patients' movement, and most of the system we see in Epic and so on, they don't. It's a video call, it's a FaceTime. So I think our telehealth for rehab is very specific for this area, and it's the next step of right now, we are selling to rehab companies like home care companies, outpatient clinics, skilled nursing facilities. But other payers like workers' compensation companies, workers' comp, they are interested now. Yeah.
Any burning question from audience? Just one question.
Revenue. Good. What's your revenue?
We just launched last year, so right now it's still couple of in tens of thousands per month. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. And it's a great autumn's evening to assemble here. And I would like to start by telling thank you to Dr. Yuri, Dr. Brajesh for providing us with such a great platform to express our ideas and pitch our ideas and get valuable feedbacks from the industry leaders and experts, right? So to introduce myself, I'm Praveen Balakrishnan, and my partner over there is Michael Z. We are co-founders of our company, Fit.io. It's a digital healthcare solutions company, and yes, our vision and goal is to innovate healthcare tools which can minimize human intervention, help providers get better, help providers with maximizing their healthcare quality of healthcare, and get higher returns for the providers as well. So to give a little background about us, we are actually based out in the Bay Area, and we boast an excellent team of healthcare SMEs, cloud architects, security architects, and billing experts, and we combine together to form an amazing team. I want to highlight a few of our recent projects. First one being the cancer care dashboard that we created for a hospital. The highlight being that we actually used the FHIR technology to help implement the project. So it was a huge success, and it was well received. The need for having to store patient data was completely eliminated. We are completely API driven using the FHIR technology there. We also have created an app to generate QRDA reports for the clinical quality measure to meet CMS mandates for a hospital as well. And our major product, which is a SaaS-based claims platform called Fusion Inspector, about which I'll be talking in the next few slides. I would actually like to take a moment to talk about our solutions and services engineering group, which has been the backbone for our company. And they are like our idea bank for our current products and even the future products which are in the lineup. Right. So before I talk about our platform, the claims platform, Fusion Inspector, I want to preface it with what the challenges are that we are trying to solve using our product, right? So let's start with that. So value-based care. The greatest challenge that we face with value-based care is the transitioning from the fee-for-service kind of payment to the value-based payment, right? So it's been a major challenge because value-based care comes with its own baggages, right? So you have to learn the new types of coding like ACC. How do you calculate risk factors, and how do you generate quality reports? Because those form the major factor for how a provider can actually negotiate their contracts with their payers, right? So unless you have a good quality report that you can submit, you are always going to be having back and forth negotiations with your payer. So that is a major impact. Nowadays, the payers are actually moving towards performance-based payments. So basically, performance is all that matters, and they are moving towards population-based management, preventive care, and they actually prefer healthier lifestyle than to pay for services or just CPT codes, right? Another major factor that impedes the progress in patient practice and revenue management is the lack of interoperability between healthcare systems. It's been a pain before, and it's still continuing to be a pain. And you'd be surprised to know that an average provider actually spends close to 14% of their revenue just for billing and claims purposes. And another fact that you would like to know is close to $30 billion. 1 minute. Yes. Close to $30 billion have been spent on improper payments by Medicare and Medicaid fee-for-service-based programs. So this is where our Fusion Inspector product comes in, and it's a highly flexible SaaS-based platform with the ability to build on-demand custom rules for providers and billers. And we provide seamless support for fee-for-service payments as well as the value-based care payments. So because we have to come to terms that you are always going to have patients who belong to both the categories, right? So some of the feature highlights, we have intuitive alerts and notification for providers on patient encounter patterns. We apply machine learning algorithms and analytics on claim denials, on calculating HCC risk factors, and episode of care reconciliations. On top of it, we actually help build quality reports and analytics for various CMS programs like MIPS, QPP, or alternative payment programs, or the bundle-based payments, so on and so forth. Right? So our product, Fusion Inspector, by itself is just a product, but what we do provide is like it's just a product which is like a piece of a puzzle in the whole value-based care ecosystem. What we do provide is an end-to-end business workflow, business operations workflow, basically the ability to extract data, process it in both the value-based care payment model and as well as the fee-for-service model, and be able to provide the reimbursement on time.
So we'll go with questions. So first we'll go with our panelists having questions. Dr. Pratikampi,
Yeah.
Sridhar, ask the first question.
What I didn't understand about your value-based model is I appreciate you giving us the background, and that was wonderful, but I don't understand what separates you from the other 100 value-based companies out there. I mean, they're all using data analytics, they're all using artificial intelligence, they're all using machine language. What is different about
So
yours?
that's an excellent question, Doctor. So have you heard of a company which can provide HCC-based risk factor calculations? We do provide that. Many of the companies claim to provide quality reports, but we actually employ technologies which can extract data not from the EDI file or 837 files that a provider gives, but rather we use like technologies like FHIR to actually extract more relevant data, like patient demographics, like ethnicity, weight, height, and all those different factors to provide a better quality reports, which can help you negotiate a better contract with your payers, right? So you can have like even predict the future payments for the per member per month pay contract with your.
One last question. So your customer is who? Is it Blue Cross Blue Shield? Is it a hospital chain like an HMO? What is it? Who's your customer?
So our customers are physician groups, hospitals, and basically billers as well. So there are lots of billing companies who we work with right now. One of them is called InnovatorMD that we have. That's our beta customer that we work with right now, and they service a lot of the physicians over in the United States, and that's where we are beta testing our product right now. So.
Okay.